All right, getting into the next segment here. So we did miss. We did skip over the six-seated Flames, three-seated Stars series, which the Stars won 4-2. We did skip it over because we're gonna make a little another video out of this. I know we're not all hardcore Flames fans, but at least we're from Calgary, so we're
We'll always like the team, you know.
all like the team.
All of
We're,
us
we're
like
in
the
with the team. We follow the team. We give
We
everyone.
don't like the players, but
They give me and Kareem the hardest time because we're sad Flames fans. But yeah. So it was 4-2. So what do we think? Good series, bad series? What do you think here?
This was an entertaining series.
I mean, it was entertaining for other people, but it was not
Oh.
entertaining for me.
This should have. We were robbed of a game 7. I think I said that in the last episode too, but
Yeah.
All right. So Calgary started with 3-2. 3-2 win, and then Dallas got a 5-4 win, and then Calgary got a 2-0 win, and then all from there, consecutive games, Dallas won them all, and that horrid game 6. Kareem, do you even want to talk about that, or?
Yeah, I mean, they suck. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
how you go up 3-0 and just completely forget how to play defense.
that's such a dynamite
Fine,
start
defense.
too. Like everyone was flying. Johnny Gaudreau was really good in the first period.
They couldn't get a shot until it was like 3-0.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden, Lucic pushes someone into their goalie. They
That's called-
score.
that
But
was
even
a
after,
bullshit. That was a bullshit call.
even after they scored the first goal, though, like the Flames were still playing better. And then the second period starts, and it looks like these guys just walked in from freaking Australia, had no idea how to play defense.
So
It was bad.
looking on the side here, Mangiapane scored with 4 minutes in. Gaudreau scored just under 6 minutes in, and then Raffy
Gaudreau-
scored under 7 minutes in. So 7 minutes
Gaudreau
in.
still has not scored 5-on-5, eh? Other than
Yeah,
the
that
empty
line
netter.
can't do anything
That's a problem.
5-on-5.
So 7 minutes in, I'm going, oh no, oh my God, we might actually have a game 7 after all. And then so they make it 3-1 going into the first, and I still don't feel that bad. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I know.
They tear us apart with 5 goals in the second period.
What is that, bro?
3 from
Go-
Gurianov. 4. Gurianov's got a 4th.
He had 3 in the period, though.
the goaltending in this game was. Whew.
Okay, let me talk about Cam Talbot for a second. He gets beat short side high, glove side high.
Every single
so
shot.
much.
Even short side.
They
The
shoot from
high
the
skin
point,
goal.
and when he drops, he brings his glove down with him. When you look at Carter Hart keeps his glove here the whole time. I really like his play style. He's so fundamentally solid, but does not drop his glove every time. Like someone needs to pull up like some of the goals. Like look at the overtime winner. Like high glove
It's
from
just-
the point. Like if
Yeah, like if you have they're literally only scoring from point shots or like dirty, greasy goals at the front.
No,
Dallas does
yeah.
not know how to put the puck in the net like regular teams do.
The point
They
shots
are
weren't even
weird.
screened. Like in a playoff elimination game, you need your
Yeah.
goal to save those.
No, they're weird weird shots from the point that like either bounce or they're just weird goals.
But
A lot
you
of
don't see
them-
teams play like them. Like they'll
No.
rifle a puck
Yeah.
from the point, it'll go around the boards to the other point, they'll rifle it from there, it'll hit someone in the ass and find its way to Joe Pavelski on the back door and he takes it.
No,
That's how they
Essentially.
score.
That's what
I
they
think,
that's what they do in practice.
like one of Jamie Benn's goals, he like was against the boards. He like turned around, just shot it like along the ice. It
Game
go weird
one.
bounce and somehow went in. Yeah.
No,
Game
but
one,
even
they were
like
it's just weird
okay,
goals.
those are point shots, but then the other goals are just in front of the net, and the defense isn't covering anyone. They're just standing there, just tapping in goal game after game. Just like no one's defending. Like Talbot, he's just out in front. There's 4 stars in front of him. The Flames defense is like driving to freaking Australia, like Ohio or something. Like just completely forgot about where the puck is.
The one thing I
Just
definitely didn't like.
7 goals on 24 shots is simply put unacceptable.
Bro, that's
One
like
thing
Paul
I
George's
didn't like,
stat
though-
line, bro.
So
7.
that overtime game when they scored with 11 seconds left. I don't know if you saw it. So if you see they had their goalie pulled for like a minute. I think they had Hudobin pulled.
Yeah.
But you can see them. So the Dallas is like set up to the outside as well as one guy in the middle, and then the rest of it it's Talbot and net, and then it's a box plus 1. So you just have your 4 guys and then one guy, and he's moving in the box. they moved nowhere but that box. So they pretty much let them set up as much as they wanted to, get as many shots on. So like once that greasy like rebound, yeah, they're gonna put it in.
And
They
what
need to be
created the
stronger
goal?
in front of their
Long
net on
shot.
their play. Yeah.
So I hated
long
how
shot
they weren't
created
even
that
playing.
goal.
I hated how they weren't even playing defense. They score a goal, and now we have to go to overtime and we lose. Like I hate how we just like why stand still.
You
right?
need to
Like,
be
why-
stronger in front of your own net there.
Teams need,
They don't know
teams
what
need
to
move
do,
to
bro.
aggressive like penalty killing and aggressive playing when the other team's up a man.
Yeah.
You see the teams with the highest penalty kill when you watch them. I watch the Sharks every game, and they have one of the top penalty kills in the league. They play like they're down a goal every single time on the penalty kill. They're after the puck instantly. Like they don't sit in that box. And the Flames, like when you sit in that box and you don't move at all, it's so much opportunity for players to quickly sneak in, and a puck bounces right to them and they put it in the net every time.
I just
Another
don't
problem
understand.
for the. Oh, go ahead, Kareem.
I just don't understand how they score with 59 seconds into the second period, and then they all of a sudden just like collapse. Like, how does that happen? Like,
Was that the deflection goal?
no. Remember it almost hit Pavelski's head?
But then was that Faxon who scored?
No, it was
Fuck, sir.
Gurianov, the second goal.
Yeah, the one that beat
Oh.
Talbot high glove.
And like,
That's not very descriptive.
Oh, that was the
One
point.
beat
That was the
high-
one from the point almost.
Yeah.
High glove again,
Yeah.
yeah. And then the tying goal was the deflection. Just
yeah, and then
minutes later.
after Gurianov scores, they score 3 goals in 5 minutes. They just forget how to play defense. Like, they just collapse. Like, I don't understand. And I don't like pulling the goal.
Let's put Riddick in. Hasn't played since March, but let's put him in a tie game.
Yeah, so
No,
I was
you-
about to say.
Elimination.
You put him in after you use your timeout and it doesn't work. Why use your timeout after? Like, call a timeout first. Dallas used a timeout when it was 3-0, and they recovered. But Jeff Ward decides to use the goalie change before he calls a timeout, which I don't understand.
I didn't like Jeff Ward in this series. I don't think he made enough adjustments when he needed to.
It might cost him his job.
Yeah, I think it
Well,
will. I
he's
might.
still an intern.
He's interim, so I don't know if they're even going to retain him. Like,
I think they will, but I don't know.
I didn't like.
I think once you're an intern, you like lose your position after the season. I might
Yeah,
be wrong. I
basically.
probably
You
am
just-
wrong.
You fill in for the rest of the season, and then after that, they decide where they want to go.
They can either decide to hire.
I probably
to-
am wrong, but like they can either decide to hire you. Like you don't just
Yeah.
stay interim. You
No,
either
you
get a
don't.
job
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you go back to assistant.
Either the full head coach or you leave.
Yeah. So about that goalie situation. So Talbot started this game, and when did he play till? He played till the what?
He played till it was
second-
3-3.
The third goal. Yeah,
So he
Yeah.
played
Gurianov
till
second
Early
goal.
second.
early second.
Yeah.
3 minutes. into the
3:25
game.
in.
And then after that, they put Riddick in because they got really scared about how only it's 3-3. And they put Riddick
Then
in.
he-
A couple like there wasn't many goals in this game that were good goals. Like a couple of them are just crappy goals. To be
This is
honest.
disappointing for Calgary. Like,
Most.
Like the Riddick goal, like the one on Riddick where he just dropped it out of his glove. Yeah, you're being
Yeah.
sloppy. You're being sloppy, yeah. But like, it's not a good goal. Like it's still not a good goal at the end of the day. Like, I don't believe that's a good goal. Like him dropping it and then just picking up the slack. Like,
I just don't understand the logic. And okay, so this guy's been our MVP the whole playoffs.
Yeah.
You take him out for a guy who hasn't played a competitive game in 5 months in the middle of game 6. Like, what? Like, at the time, you're like, okay, yeah, this is what they need. But looking back on it, which is what might have been what he was thinking in his head, it made no sense.
obviously, hindsight is 2020. Really
Exactly.
could have closed this game down, and we'd be caught. Like, I know I was one of the ones calling for Talbot to be pulled. I think I started calling for a pull after the second goal because I just wasn't impressed. Like, I think it was 2 goals on the first 7 shots, and both of them were savable. So I was calling for him to be pulled early. Riddick,
I think
he wasn't ready. He wasn't warmed up.
biggest thing about Talbot though, I think I don't know about the Winnipeg. I'd say for this series for sure. He was there for the team when they needed him the most, but in the biggest game, he wasn't there for the team. But I think in the games that he was there, a lot of the team wasn't there for him, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like he wasn't letting the team down, and the team was letting him down until the last game.
Do we have any shout outs? I know I thought Rasmus Anderson had a really good series for this team. Do you guys
Rasmus
have any?
Anderson,
Sure.
Dylan Dubé.
Dylan
and
Dubé
Sean
had a
Monahan,
good
Monahan,
time.
Johnny Gaudreau.
No,
Furious from the boys.
Sam Bennett. Sam Bennett played
Bennett.
well.
We've
Milan
come to
Lucic,
expect good
apart
playoff
from
performances
the
from
last
Sam
game.
Bennett nowadays.
Real
Backlund.
shoutouts. Backlund.
Bro, if you can't
Bennett had a
score
half
5 on,
decent series. Dubé played a good
If
game.
you
Matthew
can't
Tkachuk
score
while he
5
was
on
in the
5,
lineup.
if you can't score 5-on-5 as a first line, you need to get out. You're not our first line.
I
Like,
think
just-
Kachuk, like the Kachuk loss, really hurt this team because after he went down, they really didn't get anything on front of the net. I thought they were
Quick
like,
Well, their
stat.
first
a lot to the perimeter.
Quick stat from the big three: Lindholm, Monahan, Goudreau. 2 years playing together, 11 playoff games, excluding the
Peg.
play-in.
Yeah.
They have one even strength goal in 11 games together. Sean
It was an
Monahan
empty
scored
net.
again.
It was. Oh,
No,
was
like
it?
no, I'm talking about like real goals. Sean
Oh.
Monahan scored last year, game 2. I think it was in their loss against Colorado, and that was the only 5-on-5 goal they
That's
scored,
horrible.
not an empty
That's-
net.
That's so bad, bro.
horrible.
Like, your
That is
first
horrible.
line can't score 5-on-5.
So, quick look here. I know this is including series, but for playoffs, because I think we are going to dive into Flames and maybe off-season Flames stuff. I know comes more easy to us because a lot of us know most of the guys. But Bennett here can't complain. He's a third liner in our team, and he's getting us 5 goals, 8 points. Not complaining about that.
But
Maybe
where's that in the
maybe a
regular
tad bit-
season?
Tab it to
Exactly.
penalty minutes. Well, I know, but still, he has another year on his contract. I don't see them immediately trying to trade him.
No, he's still a young player.
He's not untouchable, but maybe
No.
you won't look to trade him.
Bennett or not Monahan and Gaudreau. Yeah, okay.
The power play points.
They
No,
didn't
it's
play-
all power play points. Like,
They didn't play well in the Dallas
they're
series.
so deceiving numbers. You know what I'm saying?
So these numbers, they don't really show much. A lot of it's Winnipeg as well. Big Tobias Reeder. That's a big shot. I have a shout out for Tobias Reeder.
Reader, man, the short-handed beauty.
Shorties, yeah.
Shorties all day. And he's quick. He is fast.
And that's why Calgary should like institute more of like an aggressive penalty kill because you have people like Toby Reeder who are fast as hell. Like, why are you making them just stand in a box? Like, go attack.
And they're all created off these turnovers from being aggressive.
Yes.
When he's out there, he plays like they're down a goal.
Yep.
That's how these top teams play now.
I agree.
That's why Calgary's
Should we
not a
move
top
on?
team.
Should we move
Couldn't
on to
kill a
like
penalty that
what
game.
they do in the off season?
I think we should. Zim, I don't think you talked that much. Do you have any thoughts?
Well, just about what they should do on the off season, or just
No,
the
just
series
like
in
did
general?
you like anyone on the Flames?
Guriana fanboy.
Guriana fanboy. Joe Pavelski fanboy.
No, I mean they were insane. Like, come on, especially in that series, they just are different players in the playoffs. Especially Joe Pavelski. He had 31 points in the regular season, like 68 games. He goes into the playoffs and drops hat trick, and he's just on fire. Honestly,
How about Heiskanen?
Oh, he was great.
He is so good. Oh my.
He was
Such a good
amazing.
skater. Such a
He's
good
He
so
skater.
skates like he's being chased from behind, but he's like by.
I think I saw a tweet where it's like he skates like he's chasing someone who stole something from him.
But he does it
he's
so
such a good
effortlessly.
skater.
No, but it's like
Yeah.
effort. Yeah, exactly.
He looks like McDavid out there. I will not lie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Quick
Dallas
little-
have a stud on the blue line.
Before we dive into like more off-season stuff with the Flames.
Oh, we've seen this clip a million
My
times.
God.
Chuck in the press box, unimpressed, and he just tosses the hat.
And who missed this empty net? Monahan
The
at the
Ronaldo
back door, was it? There?
Ronaldo buries his face into his.
Yeah, I think it was Monahan.
Or what I call it. Yeah.
I
he's
just like when he throws his hat.
He's disappointed. He was not having it.
He
He's
is
gonna ask
the-
for a
look.
trade.
Look, this is there is a list of untouchables that the Flames have. Okay, this is it. It's
Yeah, well,
Kachuk.
Sachin's
Kachuk?
got to keep it a little bit more realistic because
Lindholm.
Hold on, yeah, Kachuk, Lindholm, Valimaki, Anderson,
Dubé.
Dubé, and Mangiapane. That's
Is
his six.
Lindholm
That's it.
really untouchable though?
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
I would say
he's a
he is.
franchise.
If you get a good
Yeah,
enough
yeah.
offer, he might be available. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's for everybody.
If you trade
Except for, like,
Lindholm,
McDavid.
you're gonna lose that trade.
All right.
The Hamilton trade.
We're gonna get into this.
How old
here.
is Lindholm?
Like 26 or something.
Let's start from the back. Let's
Yeah,
start from the back. So
okay, that's
goaltending.
fine.
So
I agree then. Yeah. I thought he
He's
was,
Maybe
same age
younger.
as
So,
I
Monahan.
thought he was 28.
No, he was
No.
in Monahan's draft.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
24 then, maybe 25 or something. I don't know.
We'll see.
I thought he was older.
we're gonna start from the back. So Flames off season for Flames officially underway. No more hockey for Calgary. So I guess we can start from the back end. Goaltending. So David Riddick still has another year at $2.75 million, which okay, it's not too expensive. Talbot is just on an expiring deal 33 years old. Where do you see that? Where do you see him going, doing, whatever you want to call it?
I personally think he'll resign, but I don't want him to.
I think
I would rather see the Flames go for somebody like Thomas Grice or something. Someone who hasn't gotten a lot of attention, who wouldn't cost much, but he's younger. He might be able to take a starting job.
I've heard Braden Holtby's an
Honestly-
option. What do y'all think about that?
No,
Hey,
He's gonna demand
I mean,
way too much. It's gonna become like Sergei
No.
Bobrovsky.
Yeah, he's
Exactly.
Holtby's
so much.
Holtby's
He
inconsistent.
was really
and
bad.
It just
The Flames have had inconsistent goaltending since Mika Kiprusoff. I think they got a shot for one of the goalies from Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh's gonna be
just a young guy, please. Get some young
yeah,
goaltending.
I mean
They have
They have good
Pittsburgh's
prospect
probably
pool for goaltending.
they could even
That's what we've
Wolf,
been hearing for
right?
years now, though. Like Leland Irving was supposed to be good.
I mean
Some of
the
those.
Flames.
John Gillies
like-
or whatever.
The Flames had Elliott, Smith, and Talbot back to back who are all older. I like Zim's idea of the Pittsburgh goalies or someone like a free agent goalie who isn't like Holtby or Markstrom or Leonard.
All right, so here's some.
Oh, what
goalies.
about
here's some free agent
Henrik
goalies here.
Lundqvist? Henrik Lundqvist.
You guys
No
see that or
thanks.
not? You guys see that?
Have you guys
No,
heard
but
Matt Murray's wanting
realistically-
like $8 million?
Realistically, I think getting one of New York's young goalies or Pittsburgh's young goalies is a good idea.
Thomas Grice is
Holy
34.
Thomas Grice is
Gorgiev's an
34?
RFA. Yeah, Grice is an older one.
Alright, so
So
I thought he
younger,
was
younger
old,
guy-
but
scratch
not as old as
Kareem's
that.
point.
A Lehner, I would sign Robin Lehner.
No.
I
Why
would
not?
sign Robin Lehner.
He's 29, right?
Robin Lehner's been one of the best
Robin
goalies in the league for the last few years
He's
now.
Oh, Lehner's
Yeah.
36. Hold on. Or no, sorry,
36?
that's
No,
games,
no,
sorry,
28.
that's games
29.
played. That's games played. Sorry,
29,
28.
isn't he?
Sorry, that's
28.
games. I was reading games played. I'm sorry.
What a say, man. What the?
Braden Holtby's only
Yeah,
30. I thought he was
28-year-old
like
Braden
34. Oh my god.
So goaltending.
I'm not good at ages.
What
So
about Georgiev?
So hold on, goaltending. So
I'll be down for Gorgiev.
goaltending. New goaltender. Talbot resigns.
But then you have three
There's
goalies.
no third option. So it's Talbot resigns or Talbot leaves, and we get a new goalie.
I
What's
still
everyone's?
think David Riddick's
What's everyone's?
number one potential.
I
I
say
don't-
Talbot resigns. What's
I
everyone
don't-
else's? Kareem.
I would rather them go after Gorgiev or one of the Pittsburgh guys.
Yeah, that's like the best idea in my opinion. Their goaltending is inconsistent. They
Yeah, but
just
what
need
do
someone
you-
young to lock them
say-
down for a few years.
So let's say, what do you think will happen realistically? 'Cause
Oh, I
know
think they'll resign
we
Talbot.
we
I
can
think they
all
will.
we can all hop on Chell and make a franchise mode and we can do whatever we want. What do you think will happen?
I think they'll resign.
I think he'll resign.
They're definitely
Me too.
re-signed Talbot for sure. Yeah.
Well,
I
here's
agree.
I was listening on the Fan 960, and they said they want to set a realistic expectation where they don't screw the contract up, where they want about 2 years on Talbot, and they want no more. They said no more than $4 million a year. is
$4
the
million
maximum
even. $4
Calgary
million
should go.
seems generous, honestly. He's a career
Three
backup.
seems
They
generous.
say in between 2 to 4, but no more than 4. And quick update from the Vegas Vancouver game: it's 4-0 Alex Tuck.
And
Yeah.
God
there
damn.
was game one.
Well, look, I mean,
I mean,
maybe they use Talbot as a bridge to Dustin Wolf or something.
yeah.
I just
Okay, so upcoming goalies we have Parsons is 22. Yeah, Wolf is 19 though. I don't see
Yeah.
Wolf coming up for another 2 years minimum.
Yeah, that's why Talbot 2 years would make sense.
I don't know. Tyler Parsons was highly talked about, and then he kind of just fell. I don't know what's up with him. Anywho,
Yeah, but
so
That Zagadulin kid might be good too.
I still think David Riddick is a top goaltender in the league.
he can
I
be
think-
when he's on. When he's on.
I
Yeah.
disagree.
But most time he's on because when the Flames won the West,
Yep.
and were second in the league, that's when their whole team was playing to their best potential. This year they were nothing close to full potential.
No.
Their defense was also below average. When David Riddick has, at least decent defense in front of him, he plays like he's a top 10 goalie in the league. And last year
The
he
only-
played most of the regular season.
The only
Which
thing I have a
for-
problem. Yeah, go ahead, Evan.
Okay. I'm sorry. So with that, Reddick, he's got a year left. I don't see them immediately trying to trade a goaltender that they're paying under $3 million for, which they have gotten production out of. So I think he'll stay for another year, and depending on how next year goes, and we don't even know what the team might look like, I think he'll just ride wherever role he's put into.
The
Sorry,
thing
go
that
ahead.
worries me, about Riddick is that he's been hot the past two start of the seasons, and then going into the back half of the year, he slows down, and that's why he hasn't started the playoffs the last 2 years. So I don't know, like, if his conditioning is bad, if the 82-game season like wears him down, but it's been a trend that like after the All-Star break, he starts to struggle.
Yeah,
He was an all-star this year, and I
He
think
was.
he deserved
Yeah, I
that
think-
spot.
Yeah. Apparently, we should have quarantined him with Cam Talbot, because I know when we played that back-to-back, I was talking to like my dad, and my dad was like, "Why are we playing Talbot 2 games in a row?" And apparently Talbot's like a fitness freak, and so like over quarantine, he was just like working out and he's like doing his thing. So apparently, like the Flames had like no like issues or like worries to start him again.
The only
Yeah.
problem with Talbot is he's 33 years old and he's not exactly like a top 10 goalie in the league. So I don't think that Calgary really should put their like all their trust into him. I think they should go for a Georgiev, but I think we all agree that's kind of unlikely.
In all
I
I
fairness,
don't
think
think it's unlikely.
Georgiev or Murray is their best option, honestly.
I don't think it's unlikely.
I think Rangers are going to trade Hunt Lundqvist and ride the 2 goalies. So I think
That-
Lundqvist
yeah,
has a no movement though. I don't
That's
think
what
he
they
wants to
should
go to a
do.
team like-
he wants
He doesn't
out
want-
though.
he wouldn't go to
He
Calgary.
would like out though.
He would not want to go to
no.
Calgary.
You
Calgary
can send
would-
Lundqvist to retire in LA.
Calgary wouldn't take him because Rangers are probably going to have to retain half his salary anyways, and Flames don't want to have to pay him $4 million to do
Nothing.
maybe
But if
backup.
I'm Lundqvist, I'm not waiving my no movement to go to Calgary.
Yeah, you're not leaving
Yeah,
New
no.
York
Bench.
City to play for Calgary.
They're gonna try and trade him somewhere else where they need like a backup goaltender or like a tandem or something. I don't know.
Right.
But go ahead. Sorry.
I'm gonna go back to Riddick really quick. I just want to see him start a playoff.
Mhm.
He's been
Yeah.
in his 2 main years with Calgary. He's been in 2 playoffs. He's been the backup for both first round eliminations. Yeah, both goalies played really well in front of him, Smith and Talbot. But I want to see his potential in the playoffs. That's before you make a big decision. I think he needs to start. I was really disappointed when I saw Talbot.
I thought Riddick should have started this playoffs as well.
I did too. He was the better goalie.
In all
throughout the
fairness, though,
season.
Talbot, in my opinion, Talbot played like a top 5. If you're gonna talk about the whole bubble, like with like the other teams, he played like a top 10 goalie. If you maybe not think about the most recent game, but he played like a top. He played like a top 10.
No, he was good in the bubble.
He played very well. So overall consensus, I think I heard everyone's opinion is Cam Talbot will probably be back. I'm gonna say very short term. It might even be 1 year. And I think
Has
I
to
think
be.
because I think if anything, if the Flames kind of blow it up a little bit now, I think they might look in 2021 right here when Riddick gets up, and they're gonna go, okay, what now? Like they might just like go into a different direction. So who knows? So, that's the goaltending situation.
This
Gotta-
decor.
decor.
This is one of the best paper decors in the league.
Yeah, I can
But
Pretty good.
on the ice,
Maybe-
it's a joke.
But
can- I
on
can-
paper, this should be one of the best defensive cores in hockey.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so Gio, he's got a no trade clause. He's
Disappointing.
Not, I know a lot of us after the game were joking a lot about like, oh, Kachuk should get traded, Gio should get traded, blah blah blah. I have heard some people legitimately say Mark Giordano should get traded. No.
No.
I think
Not
if you're
happening.
at Calgary, you hope he gets taken in the expansion draft.
I think he was disappointing in this
That's your goal.
series.
I
You
think
think
he
you
was
should
very-
Although
place.
I think something with the no trade clauses, they have to keep those guys. I believe that is when they have no trade clauses and no movement clause, they're forced to protect them.
No, they
he's
have
not-
to
He's not
ask.
going to be taken or asked.
Yeah. They have
What
to
are
ask.
the
Okay.
how many of each like group can they protect again? Like
Yeah.
9 forwards?
Jordan
It
only
goes
has a
like-
no
It's like
trade.
9 forwards and 3D, or it's like
No,
8 total
it's-
skaters.
It's
It's
7.
something stupid like that.
It's 7 forwards, 3D, and a goalie, or 8 skaters total.
So
And by
like,
not playing Valimaki, you protect him automatically from the expansion draft, right?
Yeah, he's protected. Yeah.
So he's
I believe so.
automatically not part of the 3.
Your
So,
3
Mark-
should be Anderson,
Hannafin.
Hannafin.
I can actually I'll go on to
Maybe.
this. I'll go on to an expansion draft tool after we can talk about that. How about
It
there's
should
a,
be.
tool, there's a tool on here I can do that. We can talk about
It
that.
should be Anderson, Hannafin, and if maybe if Shillington takes a jump, he's an RFA, so maybe I
Yeah.
don't know what they'll do. But if
Or
he takes a jump,
Gustafson to
anyhow.
bring him back.
Yeah. So Gio, I know I've heard some people say try and trade him. They're not going to. He spent his whole career with them. He is a Norse candidate. I think he's a Norse candidate this year, to be honest.
He's just
I
getting
don't
a
know.
bit
Was he?
older. Like,
Was he a Norse candidate? Am I wrong?
no, he's
No,
just good.
this year?
Mm,
No,
was
he
good.
wasn't this
No,
year.
no,
last
he's
year,
not a
last
North.
year.
No, last year for sure.
Last year he
yeah,
won.
yeah. Last year he won. So I don't see them urgently moving him in this whole maybe
Yeah.
possible retool, rebuild, whatever you want to call it. Hannafin just kicked in a contract 4.95 over that's 5 years.
Not a terrible contract.
I thought he was fine.
He was okay. He's not gonna go. Like
His defensive structure is not
He's a
NHL
big
level.
body. He should be like good. He's a swift skater and he's a good body.
He's a great. He's
He's-
a good
he's-
player.
He's an
23.
offensive defenseman, but you don't really notice him on the offensive end.
Yeah, but he's
Like,
23.
how many did he have a point this series?
I'm not sure.
I don't know, but he's 20. Look,
I
so
did
look,
not notice him on the ice.
he's 23. I think just under 5 mil is very serviceable for what he can be.
Yes.
And I don't. Does anyone see him being traded? I don't.
I don't.
No.
I don't think
so
you trade a 23-year-old back. to
they're
Blue
gonna
Line.
keep Hannafin. Like they just recently got him, which in a killer deal for Carolina because Fox didn't want to stay in Carolina either. So, Hannafin's great. Brody's 30. And
He's gone.
UFA.
I think he's gone. I think he's getting shot. I think Edmonton
he's
might
gonna
sign
get
him.
He's gonna get a chunk of money
I
elsewhere.
think he had a good series though.
He did. He did.
Yeah, he was. Good.
He was
He's not
awful
usually
this
good in the
year.
playoffs. This is kinda new.
Surprisingly, but yeah.
TJ Brody's been like in the Colorado series, like oof.
He was
I
awful
think
this
that-
season as well.
I think that Hamonic and Brody are both leaving.
So yeah, I guess we can talk about Hammock and Brody together. So they're both like that's just over
Almost
$8 million tied down between the two 30-year-old defensemen here. I don't see them bringing back either person. I don't know about you guys.
Me either. I don't either.
They have
Hamonic.
such an overload. I don't know if you can see my mouse.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's 9 defensemen here. You have such an overload. So she's not gonna go. Hannafin not gonna go. And then I do think Forbett and Gustafson, those are 2 guys that they can look into re-signing. To be honest,
As a third pair, they weren't bad.
I think Gustafson for sure.
They traded Gustafson to be a power play.
Gustafson
specialist.
runs your power play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can find defensemen like Derek Forbert. They're not
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then so we have
They've done that
Anderson,
every
so-
year. Who'd they get from LA last year too?
Vandenberg.
They just get Vandenberg.
You can just
they
play.
just get bulk guys.
You can just play Michael
Yeah.
Stone. He's a right-handed shot. He can play with Gustin on the left, Stone on the right.
So even
I
to
think
about-
Michael Stone. I wish Calgary put him out of the series. I wish they, because with all these big Dallas bodies in front of the net, Stone was a guy I think you want out there to clear out
Yeah.
that front of the net for you. But
I
so
wish
look-
they played Shillington.
looking
I
into
did
next
too.
year though.
I wish they benched Hannafin and played Shillington, and as well got Michael Stone out there.
Benched Hannafin.
Ooh,
I don't know, like
Damn.
at all.
they couldn't have done that.
I kind of like the Anderson Hannafin pairing.
Yeah, me too.
I thought
That
it was good.
that was fine.
I like the Anderson part of
Look
it.
at next year though. So next year they got Gio, so 1, Hannafin 2, Rasmus 3. Shillington, he's gonna come back. I think Shillington is more than serviceable enough to be a scratch / a 6 pairing. So that's what
He's gonna play next year.
So that's 4. Huso's gonna stop getting hurt, hopefully.
He's gonna play.
And he's gonna be 5.
Let's hope.
So that's 5.
Wait,
I don't-
you forgot one person. Connor Mackey. Okay, they signed this kid from college. His name is Connor Mackey. He went with training camp in the bubble. He wasn't eligible to play, but he did training camp. Apparently, they're super high on him
Where'd he play?
in college, somewhere in college.
Minnesota State.
University.
Yeah, they're super high on him. One of the coaches, I think it was like Ryan Husker or something, maybe not, but one of them said that he's gonna play next year.
We've got.
All right, so
over
there's
in
another
minutes.
so there's another guy that's either a minor top or a depth guy for us. So there's another guy. So that's like 5 guys. So I don't gotta hustle up a little bit, but I don't see them bringing back Brody, Hamonic. I see them looking into trying to re-sign Forbett and Gustafson, but otherwise than that, maybe Stone as well. Stone, sure.
Stone's a good depth option.
I see.
Oh.
He's only
Hamonic and
30?
Brody going.
I thought Stone was older.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it for the D core. You know, Huso's down here on the IR. If he stops getting hurt, he'll play. Because I'm very high on him. I like him.
And now where the real problems come.
All right, so forwards, and we got about 10 minutes. So
Got
Well, I
8 minutes
mean-
on forwards.
let's start from the top.
I
here.
mean,
Matthew
they
Tkachuk.
could also get Big Buff for their defense.
Okay, chill.
No. Okay, we gotta speed this
We'll
up
see.
here.
All right, so Matthew.
Who are the
start from
untouchables? Untouchables.
Matthew
Tkachuk?
So Matthew not gonna go anywhere. Goudreau, okay, we'll leave that. Monahan, okay. Backlund, no trade clause. I don't see them looking into trading him at the moment.
I don't know why they
I
need
don't either.
Backlund a no trade clause. He's not
I don't-
that good. He's not good enough to demand that. I don't think.
Yeah, but I didn't like that contract in the first place. But I don't see them looking into trading Backlund. Lucic, I think they're always gonna look into trading that stupid contract.
Untradeable
No one's gonna take it.
contract.
It's untradeable. You can't
It's-
trade it, but obviously
He'll
they
be
will look
there
into it.
till whenever it ends.
Yeah.
If they can pay someone to take it somehow.
Well, you saw the way
Lindholm-
Edmonton got rid of it was they took James Neal, who had like an equal contract basically.
So
But
then
James Neal has a much lower buyout than like 3-4 million less than what Milan Lucic has.
No,
Lin-
Lucic's
Lindholm?
buyout is literally just it counts the same towards the salary cap.
And James Neal is like 2 mil or something like that.
Mhm.
All right, so then Lindholm, I don't see them trading Lindholm. They just gave him a contract that's over 5 years,
4.85, yeah.
just
I
like
don't trade
Hannafin.
him.
That's a
So I don't see
steal.
that. Derek
2-way
Ryan,
center.
Derek Ryan, I don't know why he's so overpaid. I just noticed this
He's a
like
fourth
last
line
year.
center on this team.
He's
He's
good
so
though.
overpaid.
Yeah, I like him.
But he's a
That-
fourth
that-
liner.
no.
Your bottom six should not make more than $3 million.
That money will, I think that money will just come off the books in a year and whatever.
Yeah, me too.
Bennett, I don't see them looking into any. See, I do say that they wouldn't resign him, but he's an RFA.
I think Jankowski can be like a fourth line center, but
They might go to
I think he's
arbitration
gone.
for him, but I would like him gone. Dubé got another year.
So good.
untouchable.
Manjapani's gonna get paid.
Untouchable.
Tobias Reeder, I would like to see them bring him back. Even Zach Ronaldo, I would not mind them bringing him back.
I
So
don't know. Zach Ronaldo, he's an energy player at the end of the day. Like he doesn't do anything
Scrappy.
offensively or defensively. He's there to provide energy, and I don't think he
he's
does
there to
enough of
slot in
that.
the line. He's in the lineup once in a while when Reeder.
He's an
whoever
enforcer,
needs-
and he didn't enforce.
Anywho,
Okay, the two big
question
players.
marks: Johnny Gaudreau and Sean
Oh.
Monahan.
Get
I'm about
out.
to go off on this Monahan guy
The
So-
door
so-
is back.
Sean
The door is
Monahan-
right beside you.
and Johnny Gaudreau.
So we all want them gone.
They feed off each other, and when
But they're
Monahan
bad.
is a product of Gaudreau, and he has no ability to create anything by himself. He's basically, they're both overpaid for a 6.75. Like,
Yeah, it's
especially
kinda,
Monahan.
their
This guy,
contracts look
I
like
could do what
steals.
Monahan does. Give me
Contracts
like
like
a
steals
6'2"
until they fell off.
body frame or whatever.
So yeah, Monahan's
and let me
6'2",
sit in front of the net. 6'2".
and he's scared to get hit. Like he doesn't hit. He's scared to hit. He doesn't hit.
No,
Like-
he doesn't.
Like at least you can be a little more physical and be on the puck a little bit.
He's the
I don't know-
Walmart
I
John
don't know.
Tavares.
I don't know what you can get for him. Whereas I think I know roughly you can get pretty much good value for Gaudreau, but for Monahan, I don't know. I think it's one of those deals where you can either like get a team to really want him and get a really good deal, or you might have to like take a L on it just to get.
What
rid
kind
of
of teams do you think would be in the market for Sean Monahan? Like a second line center? Because he's not a top line
Yeah.
center. If we're
him. I think a
realistic.
second line center. I mean, I don't know. A team like I don't even know.
I feel
off
like New
the top of
York
my
could
head.
want him.
The Rangers.
We would have to take
Maybe,
a contract
actually.
back. We would have to take
Or
a
even
contract back.
the Islanders.
Yo, give us Tony DeAngelo.
Give him
I don't want
Lafreniere.
Number one
Really,
pick.
so for Monahan here, only one season pops out of me, 82 points in 78 games. That's
And again, that's like what Sachin was talking about. That was their full potential season where everyone was going off.
And
I think Gaudreau had close to
Gaudreau had
100 points.
99, right?
Yeah, he was
99
close-
points.
Yeah.
He's right
so
at
Monahan
100.
82.
Yeah.
Gaudreau probably had like 60 this year, right? Monahan gets like 40 or whatever it said on that.
I think
going
Gaudreau had
into next-
58 points this year.
Going in next season,
Yeah, Monahan 40 points.
Gaudreau will have 2 years left. Monahan's gonna have 3 years left. I definitely for me, I know we can toss it around. Without a doubt, I see Gaudreau them finding a trade for him.
He's played his
Monahan.
last game in Calgary, I think.
For
For sure.
Monahan, if the price isn't right, I see them waiting till a deadline.
I see Monahan's played his last game as a first line center on Calgary.
I think the
They
problem
need to
with
find someone.
trading Sean Monahan is if if you trade Monahan, you're gonna play Michael Backlund top line center, and is that
No, you just
favorable?
move Lindholm. You just move Lindholm.
But
to
you need to
center.
find someone else.
The
You need to
price
find
has
that
be-
1A,
the price has
1B.
to be right.
But
In
even
my- in
Elias
my-
Lindholm, he wasn't great in the playoffs. So
He's a better center than a winger.
No, yeah, but
In my
Still.
opinion, though,
I think this team needs overhaul on the front end.
Monahan has not played his last game, in my opinion.
I think Gaudreau has.
I
think we all think that.
I think it's a big mistake if Monahan comes back as your first line center.
Me too.
Like, huge.
I think they're gonna anticipate not a good season, and I think they might have to ride him as a first line center because like as soon as you put Backlund over him, everyone's just gonna be like, oh no. But like look.
That's why you have Lindholm though.
This is what I'm gonna say before I'm gonna try and wrap this up. Okay. Let's say they not trade Monahan until like the season starts. Okay. If you put Monahan as a second line center and playing with not our best players, where does his value go? Because like he's not going to get as many points, right?
And trade him.
Oh, I know. But if the market's not right and they have to wait till the deadline or something, they're still going to play him as our first line center. They're still going to play him with Lindholm. They're going to play one other. If Gaudreau is hopefully gone, they're going to play with some other winger, right? Because they can't stick him as a second.
What's an ideal trade package for Gaudreau that like Kareem and Evan?
Okay, hold on. I heard about this.
Mostly directed at you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard about this trade. It's not an official rumor. They were just throwing it around on the radio. But it was like the Florida Panthers want to make moves too. If you can create a deal where you give Gaudreau and something and more for Huberdeau, who can play center. No, Huberdeau. Huberdeau can play winger or center.
I don't know about
if
that
you
one.
can, you don't know about that one? I think that would be perfect.
Wait, hold on.
Huberdeau's going to be a...
Eden. Can you take this video and put together another video like a new one?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna cut it right there with where Kareem said it, and we're gonna continue.
Okay.
We got like a minute.
Okay, let me
left,
start. Let me start when we come back then.
Okay, make a new one and just send it.
Is Zim still here?
I don't know.
Muted
Whatever.
in his camera.